Okay, so full stop. It's like 1:15 in the afternoon when I'm finally recording this. No kidding. I was about maybe 2 minutes away from jumping into the water, and, obviously pressing record, and then I get an important phone call from my mom, and from that morning, shenanigans ensued, to say the least, including a whole lot of driving and several good cries. But that's okay. Now that's over, I'm back up here, and I'm ready to get this done. Now back to our regularly scheduled program. Woo! Wow, that feels great. It's like perfect. Woo! Oh man. See, I can almost do the entire video in here. Nah, we can't do that though. That wouldn't be much fun. Okay. Now, drop the phone. Good morning, happy Friday, everyone. So, yeah, if you couldn't tell, my low is the fact that it took me forever to get to this point, as in starting this video. Hold on. Got my towel on right here. Here we go. I'll dry it off real quick. It's okay, so this is kind of funny. If you don't already know, whenever I do my videos up here at Keuka Lake, my policy is, normally, what my policy is, before I start a video, I always brush my teeth, shower, do all that to look nice. When I'm up here, I'll definitely shave and brush my teeth. I won't shower because I'm literally about to jump in the water. There's no point. So, this is the first time my hair has actually felt wet. That's how crazy this day has been. So, I would say that my low is I was getting kind of worried I wouldn't be able to do this video today, but that's okay. I'm here now. I'm getting it done. And after jumping into the water, I'm feeling quite relaxed. And ready to talk about the season 27 finale of Hot Ones, which I will do momentarily. Shades. Ring. Chain. My chair. And my Hot Ones notes. Yes. If I have to do a video out here, I always have my notes on hand. So, with that said, Macaulay Culkin, man. I mean, I talked about this on Tuesday enough as it was, but, I mean, Macaulay Culkin has definitely been through a lot in the last, X number of years. In fact, literally during the episode, they talked about the fact that he, quote unquote, retired from acting for like 10 years. Which, yeah. I mean, that's not to say that he wasn't productive. I mean, he went to school, he got an education, stuff like that. That's pretty cool. But what was funny is that the episode starts off with Sean asking, of all things, why would Macaulay Culkin say yes to doing Hot Ones? And for one thing, Macaulay Culkin's always wanted to do it. And he's just, first of all, he wants to test his mettle because he actually is known for eating spicy food. But he's just down to clown, man. Those are his words. But I literally have it here, down to clown. Like, he's just here to have a good time. To test his mettle. And I thought it was really cool because they bring up the fact that his brother Kieran was on Hot Ones in the past twice in this episode, and this was the first time. Did you get any advice from Kieran? And honestly, there really wasn't much in the realm of advice, so much as it was, he's very proud of his brother. Between the two of them, they have one Oscar, so that's really cool. They talked about being in a movie that was directed by written and directed by Danny McBride, and talking about his style, as well as being Walter Goggins' good graces. And even one funny story where he's talking to the one child actor in the movie, right? And he asks, "So how old were you? So how old are you?" "I'm 7. And then he's like, "When I was your age, I was 8. That's actually really funny. So Macaulay Culkin's actually really cool. I mean, I'm actually kind of glad that I get to see him in a light like this, you know? He's actually in underground. He's actually in a band called Underground Pizza, and they talked about like the most hostile crowd he was ever in. Where he at this event he was at, they were giving away like free pizza, but someone like chucked a slice of pizza at him. They missed him, but it hit the band's drummer in the crotch. So that's crazy. They talked about the fact he's a huge wrestling fanatic, and like what was his dream wrestling matchup, past, present, or future. Let's see, there was Shawn Michaels versus Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, Andre the Giant versus Brock Lesnar, CM Punk versus Randy Savage. That's really cool. Let's see. Okay, here we go. I mean, listen. As soon as Macaulay Culkin was announced he was going to be on this episode, I'm sure every Hot Ones fan was wondering, are they going to talk about anything Home Alone related? And they do. Specifically Home Alone lore. Like, the picture of that one picture that of that little girl is actually a boy in makeup. The fact that his stunt double was a short 30-year-old man. How the line, "You guys thirsty or are you hungry for more?" was not improv. But what was improv was, "Because you're a stranger." That's actually really cool. They also talked about how Joe Pesci wanted to keep his distance from Macaulay Culkin, just to make sure like his character, Macaulay Culkin's character in the movie Home Alone, would fear Joe Pesci's character. Like, that's next level craftsmanship that, like, seriously, if I was on the set of a movie, I don't think I'd have the foresight to think about that sort of thing. I mean, I've never been in a movie before, obviously, but if I was, I would definitely, well, first of all, if I was ever in a movie myself, the first thing I would try and do is get to know the cast of people that I'm working with. And I would then ask to discuss, like, okay, how should we do this particular scene coming, and stuff like that. So, yeah, that's like next level acting stuff. Okay, so when Kieran Culkin was on Hot Ones, this is the second time they bring up Kieran. Kieran had his Mount Rushmore of video games, and so does Macaulay Culkin, because that's what Sean asked him. What is the Mount Rushmore of video games? He's got Mass Effect 2, The Old Republic, the first one, the original Super Mario Brothers, and the last one's kind of like, he first says Night Trap, and then he immediately says Toe Jam and Earl. Don't know the former, definitely know the latter though. Any Sega Genesis diehards would know what Toe Jam and Earl is. Full stop. Like, if I remember, Toe Jam and Earl were like these two aliens trying to fix like their spaceship that crash landed. That's really about all I remember from that game. Let's see. They talked about tips for approaching. Because, I mean, listen, it makes sense. Macaulay, like, they even say that Macaulay Culkin has been like a celebrity for virtually his entire. These are his words. Like, Macaulay Culkin has been a celebrity virtually his entire life. So, with being a celebrity, there's things that you should do or don't involving, you know, whether or not you should approach him. I mean, pretty much anything he said here, someone like me would have said too. Like, don't follow them into the bathroom. Because they, oh no, we got them alone. Yeah, because you're in the bathroom. You should only be alone in the bathroom. Actually, hold on. Sorry, I think I got water in here. Anyway, so where was I? Yeah, don't follow them into the bathroom. Like, don't like walk up to them as they're eating their dinner, or like don't do it when they're in front of their kids. Like, that's actually like, I love that he mentioned not doing it in front of the kids, cause like that's just being a good parent. Also, I love how he talked about how hold on. Okay, never mind. I thought I forgot to write the answer to a question they asked. I didn't though. So yeah, I mean, both Macaulay Culkin and his wife Brenda Song are both celebrities and very talented people in their own right. So yeah, if you see him, like, sometimes I wonder what I would do if I was ever like in the presence of a celebrity and I had the opportunity to say anything to them. Well, I mean, I guess first of all, it would depend on who the celebrity is, for starters. I mean, listen, just because you're a celebrity doesn't necessarily mean everyone knows who you are. I mean, unless you're somebody like LeBron James, there is a very strong possibility not everyone is going to know who you are, you know? So, with that in mind, you know, I forgot what I was about to say. Oh gosh, it's been such a long day. Right, I believe I was talking about how I would approach a celebrity. I would just simply say, hello, my name is Nick. My name is Nick Cutler. I just want to say I'm a very big fan of your work. I love what you do, and it's always a treat to see you doing whatever it is you're doing, and that's what I would do. I would just simply say, big fan of your work, leave me. Like, there's a difference. Like, be a fan, not a fanatic. That's the lesson to take from here. Okay, so what next? Oh, right. They talked about things they should bring back from the 90s in terms of snacks, and the Hostess Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cake, or Ecto Cooler. Actually, I do believe they brought back Ecto Cooler for whenever Ghostbusters does anything. You know, I've actually never had Ecto Cooler before. I didn't. Because I think Ecto Cooler was like a little before my time in terms of like when it hit the shelves and when it was no longer on the shelves. Which is funny because I've seen Ghostbusters many times in my life. Yeah, Ghostbusters, man. Ghostbusters is awesome. Who are you going to call? He talks about, okay, I mentioned earlier that Macaulay Culkin did like, he was essentially on acting hiatus for 10 years. And even though he was on hiatus, you know, retired if you will, every once in a while people would bring scripts for him to read. And he would read them. Basically, Sean asked him, is there any script that you got that you regret not doing? And he actually regrets not doing Rushmore, which I had never seen that movie, but I believe it. Okay, so Macaulay Culkin actually has his own website called Bunny Ears, and he actually listed the top 10 of his movies on Bunny Ears, and he put My Girl at the bottom, which is funny because, I mean, I'll be honest, like, I could probably name on my one hand the number of movies that the number of movies I've seen Macaulay Culkin in, even if I am like, Home Alone, Home Alone 2, Uncle Buck, Richie Rich, Pagemaster, that's about it. Oh, The Good Son. The Good Son. So yeah, 6. So hey, I can name 6 Macaulay Culkin movies. Right on. But I never even heard of My Girl until this Hot Ones episode. And he put My Girl at the bottom because his character dies in the movie. So yeah. And for the on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, I'm sorry. I guess I accidentally. Here's the thing. I have the answers to all 10 questions written down. I just forgot to put a little dash into fun for when did the last dab, which is why is Home Alone 2 better than Home Alone 1? And Macaulay Culkin says, because I got paid more. That's actually really funny. And you know what? Here's the thing. Macaulay Culkin, whether you liked him or hated him back when he was a child actor or even now, he's definitely the kind of iconic celebrity that you're never going to forget. Like, you're never going to forget his face. You're never going to forget his mannerisms. And between the fact that, you know, he now has a wife and kids, shout out to Brenda Song, a.k.a. Anne Boonshoy from Amphibia. Did you forget I was an Amphibia fan, folks? Amphibia, great show for me. Anyway, and I will fight you. Now, yeah, honestly, I don't think there could have been anyone to end season 27 of Hot Ones better than him. I mean, if there is, I certainly can't think of anyone. And it's so crazy, and I said this on Tuesday too. Before Macaulay Culkin, you had Cody Rhodes, and he would have been a great season 27 finale. And before Cody Rhodes, you had Sam Rockwell. He also would have made for a great season 27 finale. Think of it. Think about it this way. Like, that's 3 really great Hot Ones episodes. I mean, listen, every Hot Ones episode is great in its own right. But to have those kinds of celebrities back to back to back, and to have episodes that reflect the quality in who they are. I mean, listen, Hot Ones is only going to get bigger from here, so I guess I would say the expectation is that and more. Well, whatever the future holds, I do know this. Season 28, first of all, if season 27 was your very first season of Hot Ones that you watched from beginning to end, I envy you. Because this was a very great season altogether. Season 28, it's going to have some pretty big shoes to fill. But I think it'll do it. Listen, the good folks over at First Sweet Feast and Hot Ones have never let us down. Which reminds me, shout out to Sean Evans, Camera Guy Bill, Chris Schoenberger, everyone behind the scenes of Hot Ones. Thank you for an incredible 27th season. You know, I love you guys' show. I love making these videos. I love sharing my feelings. And I love sharing my experience and what I'm listening to, what I'm hearing, how I learn. I love learning new things, all from watching this show. That's awesome. You know, to say that I'm a fan of your show is an understatement. You know, I live for your show every week. I'm going to be sad for probably the next month or so when you guys are on break, which you deserve. You very much deserve this break. And yeah, I'll see you guys in whatever. Actually, when will hot? Well, it's very early August now. I suspect the week of You know, not to sound grim or anything, but September 11th will be a Thursday. I mean, it would certainly be a day to at least do a hot sauce lineup. I could see the hot sauce lineup coming out September 11th. I could totally see the season beginning then and there, even. So, I guess the earliest we'll see or hear any information about season 28, I'm predicting will be September 11th. So yeah. I don't want to make it any more awkward areas. How about just end the video the way I normally do, which is like this. And my towel just fell off. Wherever swim trunks are. I hope you like this video. If you like, subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow on social media. And always, I'm very humble in this video. For you guys watching Joe for Hope you have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Friday. Happy Friday, folks. And remember, if you guys want to talk, I'm always going to be here to lend you. Always be back. Take care and make good choices. 607 all day, baby.